Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 5 of our Press Escape podcast. Can you believe it? Time is just flying.
Dude, it's going really fast.
Yeah. And we've had an election.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about today.
Unfortunately.
We considered taking shots today. Not real shots, just alcohol shots.
A lot of depressing things have been going on.
It's been a wild week.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
No matter what, we have each other.
Yes.
Group hug, everybody. Today we wanted to have a dedicated medical episode where we talk about pretty much everything bodily functionally that has happened to us.
Our uteruses.
Yes, skin issues, digestive issues.
Implants.
Botox fillers, how we feel about it, mental health, regular health, all of the health.
Yes.
Because you've had a lot of health issues.
Oh, completely mental and body-wise.
Yes, okay, you know what? Let's just start with your whole life. What happened from birth, out the womb? What issues were you feeling?
So I'm gonna start with health issues. I recently got diagnosed with PCOS. So
you mentioned that the other episode.
I was wondering it in the first or whatever episode, but that is polycystic ovary syndrome. I think that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know I had it for so long. I think I've had it for like 10 years. But apparently getting late diagnoses for like PCOS, PMDD, or endometriosis is so common, it's sickening because there's no official test for it, you know?
How did you know you had it?
Well, you know you have it on the Rotterdam criteria if you have excess levels of androgen. So if you have like facial hair or balding or more acne or skin tags, and then if you have irregular periods, and if you have, I think the third one is polycystic ovaries, so cysts on your ovaries.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's gnarly. And you'll know that if you go to your gyno and you ask them for a ultrasound. So yeah, I know that I have that, and it's unfortunate because in the healthcare system, it often goes misdiagnosed and when it does, a lot of the women do have, or people with the uterus that do have it, they have like a 75% chance of having insulin resistance. Yeah.
Oh.
And when you have an insulin resistance, if that goes unchecked for years, you could develop diabetes or heart disease. So I've been dealing with that, the irregular periods, just a lot of blood clots. Have you ever had to deal with I know you said that the lining.
Blood clots?
Yeah, they're huge.
It's pronounced gynologist? Gynecologist?
Gynecologist. The gynecologist.
Yes, I was the gyno. You get you want to definitely get checked up often.
Okay.
Make sure you don't got like lumps and stuff. Make sure that everything's functioning properly down there. Get your blood tested.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't had what you're describing. It sounds like that's really intense.
It's intense, and it sucks, but to remedy it, you have to just do an overall lifestyle change. There's no actual cure for it, which really sucks because so many people have it. But when you had that come out, were you taking any birth control? Do you know the reason?
I was swapping in and out of different birth controls.
Oh.
It was because I've tried multiple birth controls, but trying to figure out which one works for me was such a journey.
Dude, that's not an isolated experience. It sucks that
it messes you up.
It messes you up, and it's because the women's healthcare system is so severely underfunded that we don't get to see, we don't get to have all these professional tests or fundings for what's good or what's not good for us.
Yeah.
I know that if you have trouble with birth control, it's really helpful to do low estrogen options, so then you have the least amount of side effects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you
It made me crazy. Mentally insane. There was one birth control that I was gonna quit streaming.
You're gonna
I went insane. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think it's for me. I'm just gonna, this was a long, long time ago. This is when I first tried birth control, but I've even tried the patch.
Dude, how was that?
It just I have skin issues, which I wanted to talk about as well. So the patch, I would get a hive from it. And you would swap it on each cheek. I'd put it on my right cheek. The next time I had to switch the patch, put them on my left cheek. And there would just be a scar, a square just hive, because my skin is so sensitive to just things in general. Growing up, I've was really allergic to a lot of stuff. I used to get hives every single night.
Every night.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, it's the rain." She's just so Filipino. She's like, "It's the rain. It's raining. You're allergic to the moon." It's like, "Mom, it's not the moon. Like, when's the last time my sheets were washed?" Help. But yeah, no, I had really bad allergies, and I also had an inhaler. I used to have asthma.
Oh my
so
God.
I struggled just like existing as a child, like running around. I was a fast kid, okay? I was in track and stuff, but I had to bring him out around my inhaler and
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it helped that my dad was also a smoker.
Oh,
And so I
no.
was around cigarettes a lot growing up. So
Right.
that might have added to like my asthma and my allergies and stuff. I also, when I don't do enough cardio and I run and do cardio and stuff, I get really itchy.
Oh, so you're like, I heard about that, and it's because there's
It's
like
common.
it like comes up, something comes up under your skin, and it just like because you're not used to it or something.
It's pretty much when you do cardio and your body's not used to it, your blood vessels are expanding too quickly, which mimics the itchy feeling.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, so you feel really itchy because it's just like your blood vessels are expanding.
right.
And so I learned that's how I know I'm really unhealthy and I don't do enough cardio.
Well, to remedy that, do you have to work out more? Like, is there a way that you could
Yeah.
acclimate to it?
Yeah. I've go up and down with working out a lot. And so I notice when I do run more, or if I'm doing like Stairmaster more often, I don't get as itchy. But it just makes
Oh,
it so hard to want to get into it because it's so miserable for the first 2 weeks.
it's so miserable.
Yeah,
You have
'cause I'm
getting your
just, like,
body used to it.
I'm like running, but also itching my legs. Oh, it's so annoying.
Do you still struggle with that? Like
Yeah.
at this, oh,
Yeah, right now, if I were to like run a mile, I would have really itchy legs.
you would just break out
Yeah.
in like itches and rashes.
I would just get hives on my legs. It's awful, but honestly, it's my own fault for not being as active as I should be. So if you also get itchy, this is why. We need to do more cardio.
Well, speaking of skin issues, I know that we both struggle with eczema.
Okay, yeah. We need to talk about eczema.
Oh my God, I have some shit to say about my eczema, but so you deal with it on your face.
Right now, I mean, I cover it up pretty well, and it's not as inflamed as it has been in the past few months.
Yeah.
But I've had eczema on the back of my neck.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had eczema on the back of my neck, and so since it's hidden, I didn't really care about it. It's like, whatever, I'm scratching it. Yeah, this is fine.
No, it's gonna like
but now,
start a colony.
yes. Anyways, but yeah, the past year, I started getting it on my chin, on my face, and I was like, oh, this sucks. Now it's just in my face. It's everywhere.
Oh my God, it went from one side to the other.
Yeah, it's kind of crawled over here.
It does that.
Yeah, so I am a picker.
No.
Oh.
If you pick it, the pus is gonna come out and
Yes.
it's gonna just be everywhere.
I don't care. If it's on me, it must come off. That is the theory I run by. This is my mojo jojo.
No.
I must pick. I can't stand the feeling of like a scab. It has to come off.
It's satisfying to take it off.
Yeah, I must pick it off. Also, something I've never really talked about before as well, alongside the hives that I've had growing up as a kid, the way I deal with stress is I scratch my head.
You scratch your head.
I don't have dandruff. I don't have lice or anything, but I scratch my head to the point where I get scabs and then I pick them.
No.
And it's just a habit I've had my whole life.
But then I think I looked that up because with my eczema, I would scratch. It was on my nipples. That's the whole thing. But then when you scratch it too much, like the dirt under your nails, like go and then it spreads and then you get like contact like dermatitis. It like evolves.
Oh shit. Maybe that's how
It's
I
like
got eczema. Because I definitely developed it over time. But yeah, my scalp has always been so unhealthy. Like my mom tried taking me to the doctors a long time ago when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And because I would scratch my head to the point where it's like dripping blood.
Oh my God. Did that not scare you?
No.
What is
I
wrong with
liked
you?
it. I'm a freak, I guess. I'm just a little freak. I just really like picking things. That is actually why I always have fake nails or I cut my nails really short.
I noticed that because every time we did a photo shoot or before, you would order nails and then put it on. I was like, oh, she's really girly. She loves it.
I mean, I would do more gel nails more often, but since I stream, I can't use the keyboard.
Oh,
So
it's really
that's why
hard.
I use like press-on nails so I could peel them off and stuff. But if I don't have nails, like I don't have today, I cut them really short because I'm always scratching my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, especially when I'm really tired. Like I'll just thinking about the election. Oh shit,
Oh,
my rights are
no.
getting taken away.
They're cut short right now. Actually, I think this is the first time I've seen it without any press-ons. Okay, so you've been good.
I've been more lazy about it.
Okay.
Because normally I would probably have press-on nails for something like this, but
Yeah.
I've realized like I think I've been really sad lately. I'm just really sad for the state of the world, and
Yeah.
so I feel like I'm just such an empath, and I feel like a lot of people are getting really hurt right now in the world.
There
And
are a lot, especially women. Especially women,
Dude,
trans people, people of color.
Yes, people are freely talking about raping women online right
I
now.
know, right? And I'm like, what the fuck
they're
is
like
wrong with
gloating
you
about
guys?
it. They're happy about it, and it's like this is the world we live in.
A lot of people are just taking off their masks. They're more comfortable saying it. And I
Yeah.
saw like there's just this new wave of like red pill. Are we allowed to get like political?
I know. Let's like. This is not a political podcast,
Okay.
but
There's just a new wave of red pill young men just talking about raping women, taking away our rights, and I don't know. It's just making
it's not
So I just
all
have to be-
men. It's
yeah.
just the ones that are like.
It's not all men.
It's just, I really hope it's the vocal minority, but after the results of the election and seeing a lot of people come out and being so happy and proud of just what's been happening, it just breaks my heart so much. It makes me so sad. I just feel really bad for a lot of people.
I feel really bad for a lot of minorities.
Yes.
And just everyone
Gay people,
trans
trans people.
I know that there is
women.
a hotline for trans people. It's been blowing up on Twitter, and it's really sad that it's come to that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for the depression episode.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk about my eczema and the story that I've had. So I always struggled with it. I've had it like in patches all over my body, but I feel like they all had like a community meeting, all my patches, and went to my nipples. And that really fucked with me because when I wanted to have hanky panky, I just didn't feel comfortable letting them out.
Wait, what is hanky panky?
Um,
Wait, Mauricio, why?
There's no way you haven't heard that before.
Wait, that's what people call sex? Hanky
like
panky?
hanky panky, like older people.
It's a good term
Like-
for it.
When I was like with
Hanky panky?
when I was with like my ex, his Lola was like, "Are you guys having hanky panky in the room?" And I was like, "Huh."
Is this like a common? I've never heard this before.
It's like so old.
Oh, wow. Okay. So did it like affect your confidence?
It did. So, and I didn't get it fixed for the longest time because I don't know if you heard of this thing called TSW. It's called topical steroid withdrawal. And basically, it's when you use so much steroids that your body becomes completely dependent on it.
Oh.
Yeah, and when you stop using it, your body goes into like a full eczema patch, like rash or something.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, I stopped doing it and I just would put coconut oils on my titties. I'd put like honey on it. I'd do whatever I could holistically, but it just wouldn't go away.
It stays.
it
Like this stuff on
stays.
my chin has been here for a year now.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Wait, are you using steroids?
I'm that type of person that's just like, oh, it'll go away next week.
Wait, does it though?
It
Before?
comes in waves. I think something triggers it. I think it's stress.
It could
So-
be stress. It could be diet. I know a lot of people with eczema have like lactose intolerance.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm a bit lactose.
do you like do anything? Or you just do not care?
Sometimes I just don't care enough. This is oat milk.
Okay.
You know, this is oat
yeah.
milk in here, and just sometimes it hits me sometimes. But I love cheese, but sometimes I'm fine.
Oh
but-
fuck! I wouldn't be able to give cheese.
Wait, really?
No.
Yeah, over the years, I've just become more sensitive to foods, and I would just have raging diarrhea, like really bad, like the crippling kind that makes you dizzy, that kind.
Wait,
Oh, I would get sick.
is this like a recurring theme, like of you having diarrhea?
There was a phase, like 2 years of my life, where I was having it at least once a week.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
and
bad.
your stomach doesn't feel good when you like it cramps.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's definitely a lot better now. Like I'll probably only really get sick like that maybe once every 3 months.
Okay.
So I feel like I've got a good system going on.
There's definitely a trigger for it. Have you never really dialed down on what it is? It's just like, I'd rather just be fucked about knowing about it. It's fine.
I mean, I would rather know. It's just I don't prioritize it. I go into these phases of caring too much and caring not at all, because a part of me is like, man, I want to be better. I want to be healthier. I want to live a better life. I want to feel good. And then a part of me is like, what's the point? I'm going to die anyways.
Oh my God.
I mean, no, it's all good, but it's like, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do really good. I'm going to get hot and I'm going to feel really good and I'm going to be so healthy. And then it's like, what's the point? What if I get cancer tomorrow?
Oh my God. So you're on both sides of the spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
You got to find a good gray area. I feel like that will really...
Especially right now, like
yeah,
with the way America's going, I'm just kind of like, yeah, fuck it.
I know the state of the world is really, because who gets elected in America affects the whole world.
It does affect the entire world.
Yeah, I
But-
was really depressed about that yesterday too. I was crying on the plane.
Oh, I've been sobbing. I don't know if I look swollen, but my eyes usually do get really swollen when I cry.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's stressful. I just really worry about abortions being banned in every single
yeah,
state.
I'm worried about that too.
Because like it is a medical thing, guys.
It's healthcare.
Yeah, some people need to know that people getting abortions is not just people that are accidentally getting pregnant. Some people are trying to have babies, but say there's a husband and wife that are trying to have a baby, but there's a complication or the baby dies.
Yeah,
and they have to get it surgically removed.
Exactly.
Some people in an illegal state would be arrested for that. Or the mom will die. Like, what if the only way to save the mom is, like, it's just bonkers to me. It's bonkers.
And I think
It's
that's what they
bonkers.
call an ectopic pregnancy, where it will literally kill the woman
Yeah.
or the person with the uterus if they don't get it surgically removed. Like, abortion is healthcare, and if you don't like one, then don't get one. You don't get to have an opinion on one.
No one's having like for fun. Like no one's like this idea that like people are just like running around getting like all willy nilly. It's like no one's getting like for fun. It's like it's healthcare. Like people get them because they need them.
Exactly.
It's just really scary because it's like, what if I do want to have a kid someday, and then now I'm like, oh, what if I can't, like, what if there's a complication and I can't save myself because of it? I just have to die.
Exactly. And there are even women or people with a uterus that do get this abortion because it was an accident, right? And
Yeah.
I know somebody who has gone through that and they felt their world splitting in half, where they just felt like they weren't ready and they weren't financially ready to take care of this child. Why would you want to force someone to be in that position? It's not fair, and it's not your body. So it's literally not your choice.
Dude, it is crazy the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter.
I want to just crucify all of these. Oh, I was going to get too political again, but all of these like red pill incels on Twitter, because there's too many of them and there's not enough people being bitches to them.
It's just they don't care. Like, I think it's just it's a power dynamic that some of these guys crave, and it's just really scary, you know, realizing like, wow, you know, because I was born this way.
Yeah, I
Born
also
this way, I don't really got a choice anymore. I've hallucinated of what would happen if someone tried to like kidnap me or hurt me or harm me in real life, and
you get scrappy.
Oh yeah, no, I've hallucinated about it so many times. Like, I will kill you. I will go to prison. I don't mind. I'm down.
Believe that.
I will. Like, I'm going to gouge your eyes out. I will bite your nose off. I will literally stick my finger up your ass. I don't care. Like, whatever is going on, like, I'm gonna grab your and pull them around your neck. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I've thought about it so many times.
It's a nice fantasy thought, just being able to tussle.
Yeah, like, you know, just like, and I'm like 100 pounds, and I'm like, yeah, I can take on a grown man. But yeah, definitely get yourself a self-defense weapon from Alythuh's Tiny Protectors shop.
Yeah.
She's got tasers. This is the best time. I saw your tweet.
Yeah. It's something that it's like, it doesn't make me feel good, to be honest.
No, this is all bad. It's terrible.
It does. Yeah. I mean, in a business sense, people are like, oh my God, you're getting sales. But in the sense of like, if you look at it morally, like women, trans people, they just don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And
They're buying it because they are scared.
they're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're running a sale.
I do want to carry around a gun.
I'm not gonna lie. I
We should
wanted to
buy
get a
some.
gun. I
But you should
endorse.
make some.
I would love to make guns, to be honest.
Like pocket ones where you can put in your purse.
Cute.
I would carry like a cute little pink gun,
Yeah.
little mushroom gun.
Not for that.
Okay. Okay, let's get back on
we should
track.
talk about let's get back on track. It's really hard to not talk about current events because it's just so in our lives right now. It just happened 2 days ago.
I mean, and we're
so
also
it's very jarring, but we're gonna be okay.
we're gonna be okay. I hope so.
We're gonna be okay. I just think that just know you're not alone, and we do have a lot of privilege.
We do.
We do, even though we are women. There's a lot of women that are suffering right now because of this state of how. No, I don't want to get political, bro. God
Well,
damn it.
I know what you mean though, because even though, say, like Nevada is a red state at the moment, I could fly to a state if I wanted to get an where it is legal,
Some
but
people
low
can't afford
income,
that.
yeah, low income women just can't afford it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's the argument that pisses me off, where it's like, well, they just don't get one, where people like direct it at me, but it's like, well, the difference between you and I is that I actually care about other people, and I'm not thinking about like,
No, that's what I mean. Like me voting the way I did, I realized I did that because I'm so empathetic and I care about people.
right? I don't
like,
care
it's
if we
not-
get taxed higher. I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't care either. It's like I definitely have made enough money where I'm good. Like my family's taken care of. I'm taken
Period.
care of. I have enough money to do like donate to charities and stuff and be
Yeah.
able to live comfortably. I don't need any more money, so I don't mind getting taxed more. But
Exactly.
It's like, it boggles my mind how these rich people
They're
don't
so
have enough.
fucking selfish, man. It's disgusting. It's like, where are your moral beliefs?
I think people are just inherently selfish.
I think also empathy, I don't know if it's like something that's learned or it's something that you're just born with, because I also have a lot of it too.
Nah, there's no way a baby's born out the womb being a Nazi racist, right?
Yeah, no.
Like that's
don't think so.
learned over time. It's definitely learned by your environment. It's learned by your struggles and
I would say, yeah, that too. There are some people that, no, you're right. Some people also go through some shit, because I know that I dated someone who didn't understand mental health, and then when he had a panic attack, he's like, now I understand it.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
have to, some people have to just go through those experiences.
have you had a panic attack?
Oh my God, fuck yeah. I used to have them back to back in high school. Let me just.
I've had panic attacks probably about 8 times in my life.
Oh wow, you
Where-
counted.
Yeah, I haven't had them very much. But when I did have them, it made me realize like, wow, some people have this every single day.
It's
And
detrimental.
it's hard. It's the type of panic attack where you have like the shivers, your heart rate is really you can't breathe, like literally hyperventilating.
it really sucks.
Yeah, it was really scary. And I would just like pace around my apartment, or I would sit in the bathroom. My favorite way to remedy anxiety or when I had these panic attacks is to sit in my bathroom with an oversized sweater and then stick a blow dryer up my sleeve. And then
No, that's good.
yeah, and then I would poof up because the heat of the air and the sound of the blow dryer is so distracting for your brain.
It's grounding.
Yeah, it actually like relieves me when I freak out like that. And I do that for just general anxiety overall, but like panic attacks, those are horrifying.
Those are fucking horrifying. What you did is actually a technique that a lot of people with anxiety and panic attacks use, because you're appealing to your senses.
Yeah,
So-
you distract yourself essentially, like your
Yeah.
brain, like when you're really warm or really cold.
Yeah.
Or if you can't hear, if you're listening to something,
Yeah.
it's like your brain has to focus on that stuff and like it calms you down in a way. So
And a really good thing too to do that is if you identify colors around you or shapes, so then you can
oh, I
distract your-
saw that.
Yeah, it's really helpful. So I jogged up my memory, and when I was in high school, I was really mentally ill, and I still don't know what it was, but I would sit in class and the wall would be warping. I don't know.
You're hallucinating?
I don't know what it was, to be honest. My skin would be crawling, and I actually had a special yellow pass I would wave in the air where I could go to the nurse's office and just freak out. I didn't know what that was for the
Whoa.
longest time, but I saw that it was like DID, like dissociative
Yeah.
personality disorder, whatever the fuck. But during that period of time, I would have a panic attack like religiously every single day. And I think it's because of my childhood and just the abuse that my dad inflicted onto my mom and my sister and I. But
Oh,
yeah,
it probably was a result of that for sure.
yeah, yeah. When you had panic attacks, did you have a trigger for it?
No. Sometimes it would just, I think generally I was just very depressed. It was also, some of those panic attacks were during COVID and also after a breakup when I felt entirely alone. Sometimes it felt like it would just come out of the blue.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would just be random, but yeah.
Did you ever have to do any kind of form of therapy?
Oh, I've talked to a therapist.
Yeah.
I've talked to multiple therapists, but I feel like what really helped me was being even more busy and more distracted and being surrounded by a good group of people.
Yeah.
Because I was very lonely at the time as well, and a lot of my friends were online, and having people in person kind of changes things.
Yeah,
It's really nice. So, what about you?
I did EMDR therapy.
What is that?
So EMDR therapy is a type of psychotherapy where it involves eye movement and processing traumatizing emotions or memories from your past. So
Whoa.
so basically you would have to like do this and you would have to like pat.
Oh, that's so
And you have to process traumatizing emotions that you had before. So I used to struggle with PTSD, and this is going to be a trigger warning for people. I have a company called Tiny Protectors, and we make self-defense weapons. And the reason why I started that company is because I witnessed my sister being assaulted at a party.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Have you spoken
is,
about that before? Publicly?
Huh?
Have you publicly spoken
No,
about
I've never publicly told anyone that before, but I got her permission to say this, by the way.
Aw.
I don't like remembering it. Usually with EMDR, you have to like, you pat and then you pat into a safe space. So, I don't know, I could talk.
Baby. No. You were so strong. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to appreciate. Oh my God, I'm going to cry now. God, it's so sad.
It is.
But you're pulling up memories from a really
Okay, I need to like
place.
I need to like stop because I do want to talk about this.
Okay.
And it's like so annoying how it's like, and I like, okay.
Just bring it up whenever you're ready if you want to, but
Okay.
there's seriously no pressure. But you wanted to talk about why you started Tiny Protectors, self-defense products.
Yeah, so.
Because of this experience,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Do you want to take a break from it?
No, I can talk about
Okay.
it, but I wanted to talk about this because just to give the details on why it means a lot to me and why I started the brand. So I'm gonna talk about it on what happened, and I'll spare details because it's gruesome. But
Okay,
she
so
was-
trigger warning.
Yeah, so trigger warning for I'm gonna spare like all those details, but I'm gonna also be reading this from my laptop because these are memories I've suppressed. I worked through it in therapy, but I don't want to go to my safe space right now with EMDR. I want to actually talk about it to bring awareness on very real events that happen to a lot of people, not just women either. Women, men, trans people. So yeah. So she was in the bathroom and she was extremely drunk and a guy was assaulting her. And he locked the door, and when I was banging it, he wouldn't open it. And I'm sorry.
Don't say sorry. It's fine.
Um,
Just honestly, take your time.
Okay. So basically, when he was done and he opened the door, I grabbed the beer bottle and I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And when that happened, people were like holding me back and saying like, we don't want him to get in trouble. We don't.
Oh no.
We don't want
Oh,
the cops
fuck.
being called. And it's because at that time we were teens. So it just felt like I was being gaslit.
Yeah.
The entire night I held my sister in my arms while she cried herself to sleep, and a lot of things were racing through my mind. Like, why are they still partying? Why are they all siding with him? Why don't people care about women and sexual assault? And they still hang out with him.
Oh, that's disgusting.
He's walking around Vegas with no charges. And no one, absolutely no one at that party apologized to my sister. So that night not only traumatized me, but it fucking radicalized me about a woman's autonomy.
Yeah.
And what we go through. So I had to do EMDR therapy for a while because of this, and it conflicted me because I'm not the one who got this.
Yeah.
But my therapist said that it's still traumatizing for me because I was a witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just the whole reason why sexual means a lot to me.
Deep breaths.
I'm fine now.
You okay?
Yeah.
I did not know you and your sister went through that. Is she okay?
She's okay now. I think what she's processed through it with EMDR because we both did EMDR with the therapist. But I think what just really gets me is that he has never been held accountable for it.
Yeah.
And that's a story
this is a common thing.
It's
a lot of
so common.
Get away with it. I just think a lot of people can relate to this. And just know you're not alone, and it's really difficult to get through.
Yeah.
But I think there are ways to heal. Not, I mean, sure, I think that's one of those things is there forever kind of thing. But there's, I feel like there's a lot of people that can empathize and relate to it. And
yeah, it just sucks because when I was looking at statistics for it, 1 in 5 women have experienced an attempted or completed rape. And that's not okay.
that's a lot of women.
That's a lot of women.
Men can be raped too.
Men can be raped too. Men, trans people, they can be raped too. So I think it's 1 in 16 men get
oh my
an attempted or
God.
experience, completed rape. Oh my God.
That's why it's just extra scary this week because people are so proud about it, talking about how like, oh yeah, you know,
we're just gonna do
we
whatever.
control your bodies now. Bans coming all over the place. It's a sad time, but I am hopeful for the future.
Yeah.
I think that we're just at the beginning stages of hopefully seeing a brighter future. I am hopeful that empathy will win in the future.
I think so. I think what's really important is community and just being there
for sure.
for these marginalized people going through this, especially if you are somebody who is not affected by it. It's just not affected by all these policies that are being placed right now. So just being there for people is so important. Reaching out to them, it's appreciated.
Now we're all depressed, bro. We took a little break to fix ourselves up.
Yeah, that was a lot.
She goes, "Did you want me to give you a warning about what I want to talk about?" I was like, no, it's okay. I'm proud of you for being so open about this stuff because it's intense and it's hard and it's traumatic and it's scary. And I think someone out there watching this right now is going to feel comforted knowing that they're not alone. And just, it's important. Like, it's just so important to talk about these kind of things sometimes because I think that's the biggest thing. When people go through this, they feel alone and isolated.
They do. And bringing awareness makes them feel like a sense of community, a sense of like, when I go through stuff and I feel like I'm the only one going through it. So I hope it reaches somebody where you're not in an isolated experience. There are other people unfortunately going through it too, but this is a safe space.
This is a safe space.
Yeah.
And this is for the girls.
Exactly.
This is for the girls. I have seen some comments about, like some guys being like, man, why are they talking about this stuff? Or some guys will be like, oh my God, this is too much. TDLR.
Yeah.
Too long didn't read. No, that's not what It's
TMI.
TMI.
Oh, I've seen the TMIs. I'm like, this is like what goes on in people's life.
But this
though.
is
speak to
normal
it.
conversations
it.
that people have behind the scenes. Like
Yeah.
people, real friendships, real family. Like people talk. Well, I wish I could talk to my family about this kind of stuff, but
Oh wow, you can't really talk to them about like.
I'm not. No, I mean, I would talk to my sister about this kind of stuff, but we're so. I'm not gonna lie. When my family got divorced, when my dad and my mom got divorced, I feel like there was a rift with my sister and I. It was really traumatic for her. It was something I celebrated. I wanted my parents to get divorced because I hated how much they fought.
Yeah.
But it was really sad for my sister, and I think over time, she found a new family with her friends that she made. She has so many friends. I'm so grateful that my sister has made a life for herself where she's successful. She's married now. She has a huge group of friends. Like she's got a friend group from elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and work when she worked as a dental hygienist. So she's got all these friends. And one of her best friends, pretty much, it feels like she was adopted. Like her best friend's family like treats her as if she were their daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm just really glad she had that support system. For me, I kind of, I disappeared. I fell in love with a guy that was bad for me. And then, I did drugs and I worked a lot. That's what I did with the coping. But my sister, she was a 4.0 student. She lived a good life because of this. But it's one of those things with my sister. Like we definitely don't keep up. But I'm going to the Philippines and I'm going to see her there. And it's like one of those things where when we see each other, it's like nothing changed.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But I think with the distance and like her traveling so much and me working so much, we don't talk every day. Like I feel like some family people do. Are you really close with your family?
I'm really close with my sister and I'm close with my little cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm kind of close to my mom, but the family member I'm closest to is Angel.
Your sister?
Yeah. Do you want that closeness with your sister or your family?
I've always wanted it. But I feel like I couldn't give her that time, especially with the distance and with our work and stuff. I feel like it's so much easier when you're living together and being close together. But she knows I love her. I mean, I paid for her entire wedding. I pay every time we're going on a trip.
Sugar mama.
I really am. Like, I covered that whole ass wedding, bro. The entire wedding. And then I surprised her, like, for one of her birthdays. I surprised her with a trip to Hawaii, and I also paid for her friends' tickets to go.
Oh my God, you're so generous.
I guess it's a love language that I'm able to provide that way. So even this trip to the Philippines, I paid for her and her husband's whole trip there.
Oh, they're going too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah, they're going to be there. And so it's one way I can show that I love them and care about them is that I want to be able to financially help in that way. Because, like, I can't be there. I can't. It's so hard to not be working for me. Like
you have a lot of people under your belt that are relying on you, so it makes sense.
Yeah, not me stress scratching.
Don't make yourself
go spend more time with my family. Fuck.
Don't make yourself bleed.
I don't make myself bleed anymore, but yeah, right now my scalp has like scabs from scratching.
Wow, have you been stressed a lot lately?
Yeah, girl.
Oh yeah, because of the
yeah. I mean, I think I'm generally just stressed. I think it's also how I stim.
Yeah.
Just stimming. I'm just always scratching, picking something. Like, I'll pick my cuticles. Like,
Little Miss on the spectrum.
It's me, Little Miss Spectrum. But yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to worry about her as much as I might have if she got addicted to alcohol the way my dad's side of the family was. Mm-hmm. Speaking of addiction, have you had any addictions to medication or any type of substance?
Oh my God, no. Well, because
I thought she was gonna be like, yes, all of them.
No, because I tried. Okay, so you know how I said that I would spiral and the walls would just warp?
Yeah.
That was my mind without drugs.
So it scares you too.
It scares me. Yeah. And in my early 20s, I was on and off with weed, I'd get some really good highs. And then one day I got too fucking confident and I took a big hit playing Genshin Impact. And while I was playing, I have an RGB keyboard and the automated light that goes from one end to the other, it looked like actual waves. And I was like, oh my God, I was playing with my ex. I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I need air, bitch. And then when that was happening, he was in game, right? And I was like, I got up and I was like pacing around the apartment and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I can't breathe. I need to go to the hospital. And he's still in game at this point with his headphones in. So every other step I was taking, I was blacking out. And then I just projectile vomited everywhere. And
you were just way too high.
I was way too high. And I'm like, fuck, if that happened with weed, I feel like if I did anything else, I would like just be obliterated.
Yeah.
Wait, have you been addicted to anything?
I've luckily have never been addicted. I did talk about my drug usage a bit on the previous episode, but I do have a really funny story about a time when I did get really high. I don't think I've never shared this publicly. Bro, this podcast is literally just us outing ourselves.
I know, right? It's just like a lot.
Okay.
Wait, the lore is insane.
It is crazy. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay.
Wait, what kind of, is it like a crying thing? Are we gonna cry?
No, it's funny.
Okay.
It's just really embarrassing for me. It's really embarrassing. Okay. All right, fuck it. Okay,
just say it.
We can talk more about addiction and stuff after. This has nothing to do with addiction.
No,
it's just a story time of one time when I was really high on Molly.
Ooh, that's a sex drug. Is this a sex story or am I
No.
Okay,
It's because I used to go to raves a lot.
I cannot imagine that.
Yeah, it was a whole different life. This was before I was a streamer. This was a long time ago. But me and my friend, it was just the two of us. My girlfriend, not my literal girlfriend, but a friend that was a girl that I grew up with. We decided to go out of town to go to a rave, and we were like, "Hey, let's try drugs." That's what you do in your small hometowns, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just common. I don't know. I was like, "Okay, sure." And so her boyfriend knew a guy who knew a guy. That's usually how it goes. We got some Molly. And if you don't know what Molly is, it's a drug. It's a feel-good drug. I don't even know. I don't even want to be promoting it.
MDMA, yeah.
MDMA.
Don't
Wow,
do
Mauricio.
it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, could you describe
Wait
this?
a minute.
I'm going to refrain from speaking on this subject at all.
Yeah. But yeah. So we got some Molly, and we are at the rave. It's like a little indoor concert kind of thing. We both take one. And like in 30 minutes and an hour pass by, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel anything. And so I decide to take another.
No.
So,
little Miss Impatient.
yeah. So, the show starts, we're dancing, having a good time, and I feel it hit. The first pill, I was cooked. I was fried, and I remember thinking, I look over her and I was like, I have to throw up this other pill before it hits me. And so I go to the bathroom, and I've never been able to successfully make myself throw up before. I've never been able to do it, but I'm trying because I knew, I was like, man, if that other pill hits, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make myself throw up. I couldn't do it, and it hits me.
Oh,
the other
no.
pill, I go to her, I was like, you have a good time? I need to go to the car. And so she drove in she had a little car. I walk over, I sit in her car, and I'm freaking out, right? Or not freaking out, I'm feeling great.
Bet that car seat felt amazing.
I wasn't freaking out. Huh?
This is a good high.
I mean, yeah.
It's impossible for it not to feel good.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, MDMA
Wait,
is
should I
like.
try it?
Girl.
Oh wait, no, we're not gonna promote it.
No.
It's
not the-
pretty much like, it's a bunch of endorphins all at once.
Oh wow.
So that's why, when people go to raves, it's like a music thing, it's a feel-good thing, whatever. And so I'm in the car by myself. I call up my drug boyfriend at the time. That was
not him again.
Oh yeah,
Not
boyfriend. I call him up and I'm on the phone. I was like, I'm really high right now. I took 2 pills. I didn't know it was gonna hit, blah, blah, blah. And the cars, I remember my eyes are closed the whole time. And I hear the cars drive, they go, the cars drive by. And then this is when it gets embarrassing, okay?
Say it.
So I'm a texture girly. I like things that feel good, very textured. I love things that, you know, soft things. Her car had a chair that I was sitting on, and I was just like rubbing my face against it. And then I started making out with the chair.
No, not the chair.
Right.
Oh, it gets worse. This story gets bad. So I'm making out with the chair as I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, really high, right? And I'm just like super cooked. The whole car was feeling great. Bro, I don't know if this is a good idea.
No, say it.
My
Out with it, woman.
My friend comes out from the show and she looks at me and she goes,
What
and
happened?
I go, what's wrong? And she goes, why is there so much blood on your face?
Oh my God.
And I look in the mirror and there's blood everywhere on my face. And I look at her car seat, there's blood all over her car seat.
Rae.
And I look at her and I was like, oh, I forgot my dog at the time, I cut my lip. And so because I was making out with the car, it like reopened the wound. And I was like, no, everything's fine. And I was like, I'll pay for your new car. Don't worry about it. And she just didn't care. Like, we just cleaned it up and eventually, but that was the worst.
You in blood is just you with your scalp in the blood, you in the car. Like, girl, do you have like a
bro,
a blood
that
kink?
is the most embarrassing story I've ever said, ever talked about. It was so horrible because her car, just like, there was just a circle of blood where I was making out with it. It was so cringe. I don't even know if we can even talk about this.
No, that's
it's so bad.
That's so fucking funny.
Really funny.
You were just making out with the car.
Do you know how high you have to be making out with the car seat, bro? Oh, but yeah, my dog like cause he scratched my lip.
Yeah.
And so it was like healing, and then I just reopened it, and so there's just blood like.
Oh my God.
But she was super chill about it. She didn't mind.
She didn't mind that you were making out with the car.
She understood. I was
Putting your
like, I'll
bodily
pay for all
fluids.
the damages. I'll pay for all the cleaning. But yeah, anyways, back to addiction. I've never been addicted to anything, but addiction does run in my family. My dad's side of the family they're all alcoholics. They all smoke cigarettes. My dad smoked cigarettes and drank literally when he was like 10 years old.
10.
I mean, my dad is old. My dad passed when he was 75.
Yeah.
And his dad was a heavy smoker and drinker and like introduced it to him and stuff. So
Is your dad from the US?
yeah, so my dad was actually kidnapped from my grandpa.
Kidnapped.
Yep. My grandpa and my grandma were separated because he was very abusive. My grandma was in California. My grandpa was in Washington. And my grandpa went down and literally stole my dad from my grandma and pretty much like forced my dad to work for him. They had a car lot. He was known as Russ the Rat.
Russ
in my
the
home,
Rat.
Yeah, Russ the Rat in my hometown because we had a pre-owned car lot and he would scam people.
He would your dad scammed
My
people?
grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah, he also would spit on my dad. He was very abusive to my dad, would beat him. And yeah, I felt really bad for both my parents
They went
growing
through
up.
it.
They went through it. They went through a lot. My dad got married and had 3 sons. So they were my half brothers. My oldest half brother committed suicide, and my other brothers are living to this day, but I'm not close with them at all because they just hated my mom. They just really hated her. I don't know if it was a racist thing or they just hated her because they thought that she was using my dad for money.
Are they white? Is that why you say this thing? Oh, I see.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. I just wasn't, they just never gave us a chance. They just really hated us. I don't
I'm
know
sorry
what it
about
was.
that.
I mean, it happens. It's a normal thing. But back to addiction. One of my half brothers, he is so addicted to alcohol that when he had surgery for a complication that he had, the doctors had to give him alcohol during surgery to keep him functioning normally.
I don't understand that. So is it because if he didn't have it, like what would happen?
He would have insane withdrawals.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like withdrawals to the point where it could kill you.
Yeah. So alcohol is actually one of the few like substances that you can't quit cold turkey because the withdrawal can cause you to die. Basically.
Yeah.
If you're like that severely alcoholic, you need to actually wean yourself off. You can't like cold turkey because there's like a possibility of you dying.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From withdrawals, yeah.
It's
I didn't know that.
And so seeing how my brothers and my dad's side of the family were really addicted to alcohol, I think I got really lucky because my mom, she hates alcohol. And so I think I got that side of her where I just wasn't addicted to anything I tried. The only thing I was really addicted to was video games.
And that worked out really well.
Yeah, that worked out
really
phenomenally.
I think it's because it was my form of escapism, like entirely.
I remember that era because when I first followed you, did you live in an attic?
It's a loft.
Oh, okay.
But I lived in a loft. Yeah, that's when I first started like posting more of my gaming stuff.
Yeah, and you posted your stuff with like video games from GameStop?
Yep. Yeah, well, that was like my video game collection as well as stuff from GameStop. But if you literally scroll to the bottom of my Instagram when I first made my gaming page, thank God I rebranded because I used to be Legend of Rae.
Legend of Rae?
Yeah,
Wait.
for Legend of Zelda, it was Legend of Rae. Imagine if this was alythuh and Legend of Rae podcast.
That would be very, very mouthy. Valkyrae is better.
I'm so glad I rebranded. I mean, some people really want to, rebrand. And like, for example, there's this guy that I just learned from Cinna, her team, there's like, I don't even know if they're on the same team, but she knows a guy whose name is Diddy. And it's he's a YouTuber, and it's like,
Can't say that.
I feel like you should rebrand because anyone that searches Diddy is gonna pop up Diddy, right? Like, what if someone out there like named alythuh?
Yeah.
And they were like crazy, right?
Would
you rebrand?
I would rebrand. And if it was like, if you searched it up and then a bunch of like what Diddy did, like I'd be like, I don't want to look like as a child rapist.
Yeah. It's like, what's the first thing that pops up when you Google your username, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, he's a YouTuber named Diddy, but
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I feel like it's too risky.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be associated with that kind of stuff.
Not at all. Would you change your name?
I think I got really lucky with valkyrae.
Yeah.
Like I don't know a lot of people I know there's a basketball team called the Valkyries.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else like it really. But if it was Legend of Rae, I think I would have just jumped at that point. I don't know. I don't think I could have had a username like that. I'm so glad I changed it. But anyways, yeah, at the very pits of my Instagram, you can see my my gaming page where I was actually holding up games back then.
You were. That was really cute. I remember that.
Like showing what I was playing and what I was about to stream and my PC that I was building and stuff. But
that was
I had a little loft that I lived in all by myself. It was fun. Okay, so the way we work now is that we're gonna have topics, but we're gonna get sidetracked. But we have topics we do want to talk about.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to talk about Botox fillers and implants.
Okay, so have you ever had anything done?
No.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
lazy.
Just beautiful, naturally.
No. I'm lazy. And I also don't like pain. Except for when I pick my scabs. I guess that's it. I don't know. I just don't, I like to avoid pain as much as possible. I'm a very comfort first type of person. So I just, yeah.
Would you ever get Botox or filler?
I think I've accepted that I'm just going to start looking older as I go on. I don't want to feel the pain.
You look...
I do want to be pretty longer,
I swear, no,
but
oh my God, you're so pretty. You literally look like you're like 25.
I have
I feel like you look younger than me.
There is something that I would get fixed.
What?
So when I'm really tired, I have 2 eye bags on one eye. I do edit it out of a lot of my pics. I have 2 eye bags on one. I wouldn't care if the eye bags were even. I don't care if I have eye bags, but why are they so uneven? So, yeah, one of my, I can't even remember which eye it is, but sometimes I'll have 2 eye bags. Like there'll be eye bags and then one little bag underneath, and it's like, why is that even there? I don't even know if you can see it.
I can't see shit,
I think it's because I've been crying, so my eyes are a bit swollen, so it's filled it up.
Yeah.
Natural filler. Cry more, actually. But I don't think I'd ever get it fixed. It's like, fuck it, I'll just edit it in photos, whatever, if I'm still insecure about it by then. But I think, you know, I'm just gonna start looking older as I look older. I know I don't care enough, because if I still cared enough, I would have gotten my Invisalign by now, which I've been procrastinating for 2 years.
Wait, I thought you already had it done. You have straight teeth.
It's my bottom teeth.
Oh.
I've had braces for 4 years. I've had braces twice. I also had a permanent wire that broke and I never got it fixed.
Oh, shit.
I'm a lazy bitch. Okay, I don't care enough. That's what I mean. Like, I wish I cared more.
You're not you work so fucking much. But when it comes to personal matters, is that where you feel like
Yeah. When I do, I love working. I love feeling productive.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't value aesthetics as much as I want to in my head. Because in my head, I'm like, man, I really wish I would have like gotten Invisalign sooner, started the process.
Yeah.
At least got the permanent wire fixed when I needed to, because it's a little crooked.
Yeah. I think you don't need to worry much about aesthetics because it's so like natural. You're just so pretty, Rae.
I have in my head is
no,
like,
seriously, like I'm not even trying to gas you up. Like this is just natural. Like you said that your scalp is unhealthy, but you have long, luscious hair. That happens when your scalp is thriving.
Oh, I could show you all my scabs. There's like a chunk right here. There's a chunk back here. I mean, I've probably picked them today, honestly.
No.
I got a chunk.
No, I'm gonna get queasy if you show me your chunk.
There's a spot right here.
I gag easily, so if I see it, I do. If I see it, I will.
I'm gonna make your gag. Wait, really? Come on. Listen.
Okay, but I mean, if you really want to show me, I'll look at it.
No. I won't show you.
No,
just
but like,
there.
if you want me, is it crunchy?
No, it's just raw, because you know I scratched a lot. My scalp is dry, but I don't have dandruff. I think it's because I've scraped off all the skin that's on my scalp, so there's nothing to shed.
Oh my god.
What?
Your scalp?
Guys, someone out there has to relate to me. Surely somebody. Come on. I'm just a girl in this world.
Surely.
I'm just a human. Come on. Listen, I've told you from the beginning I'm not as perfect as y'all make me out to be. Stop putting me on a pedestal, okay? I got flaky skin. I'm dry.
Where? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at her.
Look at how dry
in real life.
look at how dry my hands are. That's dry. Dry. Look, dry.
Not like that.
I'm dry. Yeah, I'm a dry girl. But yeah, I mean, you know, I still care enough about aesthetics to where I still like to do my makeup. I still like to cover up my eczema. But it's like, if I cared more, I would have gone to the dermatologist for this by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I want you to go to the dermatologist for your eczema.
I need to.
I really want, because I don't want it to like
get worse.
Yeah, get worse. Yeah. But,
what about you?
So for me, I've gotten implants. I have gummy bear implants. They are under the muscle and they are mid-profile. So
wait, I don't know anything about this. Can you describe gummy bears?
Yeah, gummy bears. So the texture, there's multiple implants. I think there's 3 different kinds. There's silicone, gummy bear, and saline.
Okay.
And saline is when it's filled with like salt water. So a lot of people like getting that if they're under like 22 or 25 because it's safer for their body.
Okay.
But the downside on saline is that it looks a little more unnatural and it's a little harder.
Harder.
Yeah. So I used to have that before, but
and you didn't like it?
I didn't like it, but it was also a more inexpensive option at the time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then also I got it fixed because my boobs looked kind of like they were going in different directions. I hate my first surgeon.
They're a chameleon?
Yeah. I hate that you said that.
Which way they're looking?
I've never heard that.
And then when I got my second one, I decided to go with gummy bear because they feel more natural and Yeah, so gummy bear implants are the type of implants. And then when something is, your profile for an implant is, there is low, mid, and high. I just did that. There's high,
Profile?
mid, and low. Yeah, so your
Like where
implants
they
sit down here, here, or here.
Okay.
So mine sit in the middle just so it could look a little more natural. And then I also have Durasorb. So it's an internal bra made out of, yeah, it's made out of, yeah. So
Look
it's,
at me.
I didn't know that was an option.
So Durasorb is a knitted internal bra made of PDO threads, and then it
What is
naturally,
that?
so
Threads?
so it naturally dissolves into collagen. So then it's not,
Whoa.
so it keeps your breast in place. It's an extra charge, and if you are considering getting breast implants done, you should consider that. So then it could keep your implants at the shape and at this place.
Whoa.
Yeah, because my first one didn't have that. I didn't do as much thorough research. So when you do, if anyone watching this that's considering an augmentation, I would consider getting that as an additional fee, just because.
Bro, I think it's worth it. I was staring disrespectfully at her tits earlier. She was wearing this green outfit and you didn't have a bra on. And I was looking, I was like, how are they sitting like that? This makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just like forming itself.
Yeah, so basically it's just like,
They're
yeah,
so good.
thank you.
Dude, I was like, there's no way they're holding themselves up like that. Like, how is that even real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's because of
Wow.
the good old internal bra. So yeah, I'm very open when it comes to cosmetic surgery, just because I feel like it places a realistic expectation.
Because you look like an anime character. You literally do. You look unreal. Like, that's
Aw,
why you need to
Rae,
do like
stop,
a
please.
Robin cosplay, because I
Yeah.
feel like you could pull that off so well. But yeah, no, it makes me, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, that would be nice, but I just couldn't go through the effort of healing.
Oh,
the
healing is
pain.
a bitch, but you know,
What was it like, the whole process?
oh, it was great because I was high off of pain meds. I didn't know. Well,
It ties
okay.
into the episode.
Wait, PSA. I know it can be highly addictive, but when I was taking it, I was just like, damn, I understand why people get like addicted to pain meds.
When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I was excited for the pain meds.
Yeah, dude, the hydrocodone, I think it was hydrocodone I was on. I felt like I was on a cloud, and I was like, I thought drugs were scary, but I would take this. Never mind. I wouldn't take this
I would
religiously.
take this every
Well,
single
that's
day.
why
Yeah.
it's such a problem, because it's like it feels so great.
It feels really great. I really like that. And I don't know, have you ever been put under? Like anesthesia?
Yes.
Dude, when they put like the little sleepy girl mocktail IV into you and you like are gonna knock out, that's my favorite part about surgery.
Oh my God.
No,
I
it's-
do like being put under.
Yeah.
That's what I hope happens after death. Just
What?
just nothing, you know? Like, because when
Oh,
you're
you said
under,
that.
when you're put under, you don't know anything.
You
You're
don't know.
gone. You're cooked. You're fried. You've ascended to the next level of life. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, they put me under, and I had a dream about a floating hammer and a screwdriver. That's it.
What?
That's it. I don't remember anything else, and it's crazy how they just like rip open your mouth like that, and
Yeah.
you just don't feel it. Nothing.
It's amazing. I love how far we advance with medication.
So how
Yeah.
do you feel about have you gotten like Botox fillers, anything like that?
So I've gotten masseter Botox, and masseter Botox is basically jaw Botox. And I also want to make like another PSA. The difference between Botox and filler is Botox paralyzes the muscles and filler are injectables, like a gel-like injectable. So what I got was Botox.
Ow.
It's not painful. I don't know.
It hurts to think about.
It's not painful, but I have a high pain tolerance.
You must have a high pain tolerance.
Yeah, it's like because a
like
lot of
you're, oh God, I literally thinking about it makes me hurt.
it goes by. I used to get like a lot of piercings too, but it's just it's because it's just fleeting pain. I feel like a lot of the pain that I've felt, because I used to have back-to-back anxiety and panic attacks, I'm like, this is not as bad as that. It's just gonna last for like 2 seconds.
Wow.
But the masseter Botox is basically used more for medically for my TMJ, because I grind my teeth a lot. I have to wear a special mouth guard at night, and it made my masseters huge.
I think that's why my jaw is also so big.
Is
I
it?
grind my teeth so much. These canine teeth are flat on the bottom because I like grind like this.
Yeah, I mean, have I mean, I know you're scared
I
of me.
don't care enough.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. I'm getting old. I'm literally gonna look like hopefully I'll look 28 until I'm 40, and then after 40, I look 80.
I think your Filipino genes are shining through because you look literally like in your 20s.
It's gonna hit me like a brick wall.
When you're like probably 60. I feel like that's how it is for Asians though. Like you go throughout your whole life looking really young and then 60.
and then menopause happens. And then it's gonna just bam.
Yeah.
Shrink. Widen.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm ready for it.
Anyway, with the masseter Botox, I put it right here and it helped the TMJ. And another upside on why a lot of people like getting masseter Botox is because it naturally makes your face smaller, like a more V-line. And they don't have to commit to getting jaw surgery because I know that's a very invasive surgery that people like doing in like Korea and stuff. But to each their own, obviously. I also got, oh my God, people are going to think this bitch gets so much stuff done. Listen, when it comes to cosmetic procedures, I don't care. Like, I love knowing all the new technology. Dude, it's so fun.
There's nothing wrong with it. I think literally with anything in life, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it's consensual, it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Also, this counts for cosmetic stuff for like a person balding that gets like
gender affirming care.
Affirming care.
Exactly. Like
and it's okay. Like do whatever you want to feel more you or feel more how you want to feel. I just don't know how people care. I don't know how people care about other people's preferences and stuff, bro.
About other people's body.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh yeah. So I also got chin filler. But I got it
really minor. I could never tell.
Yeah, I wanted to get subtle work done, and the reason why I got it done is usually when people get like fillers in their face or they want to make their face like more V-line or whatever, they don't look at the chin. I know that a lot of doctors say or whatever, they're like, this is like an underrated kind of like procedure because it helps the symmetry of your face basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if there's like if you measure your face in threes. I'm butchering this so bad, but if you measure your face in threes, basically, this like helps it just become more petite.
There's like a symmetrical chart kind of thing.
Yeah, a symmetrical chart type of thing. But yeah, so I got that done, and that's basically it.
Is there anything else you want to get done in the future?
No, I wanted to try to get filler in my nose because I'm like, I have a flat nose, and I don't hate it, but
your nose is so perfect. What are you saying?
No, thank you.
It's not even flat.
It's a little flat, but
it's tiny.
It's tiny, yeah, but I wanted to get it just because I wanted to see. When it comes to a lot of these procedures that aren't super invasive, I just want to try it once. Like I tried M-Sculpt.
What's that?
So M-Sculpt.
Is that the ab thing?
It's the ab thing.
I saw a TikTok on that.
Yeah, it was so painful.
What?
Because they like put this thing on your stomach and it like charges you and it feels like you're doing like...
So you're like flexing the whole time?
Yeah, 15,000 crunches for like at once in like a duration of 30 minutes.
Oh, it's too much work.
And it's really, yeah. But I tried that once and then nothing else.
Wait, that's cool that you're like trying new things and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I tried cryotherapy before and I hated it.
What's that? Is that like cold?
Yeah, when you go into like a freezer and you sit in there and it's cold. It's so I hate being uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's just horrible. But like cold heat therapy.
Yeah.
Nah. I wish I had pain tolerance. I just could not be bothered. I'm just so lazy. Comfort over everything else. All right. What an episode.
There was a lot that we discussed. I feel
we
like
need to cut a lot of this.
Yeah, we went through like a spectrum of topics.
Like you say this every week.
Every single episode, we need to. It's just kind of. I'm realizing this is like a diary. We're kind of just yapping about things we don't really talk about, and it's making me realize, like, wow, I've lived 1,000 lives. Oh, brother.
God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not like media trained or PR trained. Like some of the things I say, I feel like is just. Like, damn, you really just said that on the pod.
Cute. Before the podcast, I told her, I was like, I got tea for you. And she goes, real tea? And I was like, no, like gossip tea. I don't have real teeth
I'm
for you.
sorry.
What are you saying?
It's the autism. Like
She's so cute.
I take things too literally. It's so embarrassing. But
No, it's so cute. All right.
Okay.
That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Right?
Yeah. See you guys next week. We're gonna be talking about
And the week after that, 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 and forever, and forever, and forever. That was an episode. We gotta cut that one.
which one?